Hey, welcome to, I don't know whose show this is, Dee Dee. I don't know. It's Real Talk with John Rawlings. And if you're tuning in right now and you're going, what the heck's going on? Where is John? Well, luckily for you, John's actually away and playing and working at the same time in Johnson, Key West. He's at the Songwriter Island festival down there. He'll be gone all week, and I'll be filling in with him for most of his shows. I'm going to try to get RJ, the station manager, to do one of the shows. But Dee Dee, before we even bring on our guests, Yahoo! I'm just really, really excited. I rang the bell today. I'm done with my breast cancer treatments, hopefully. And for any of you that don't know or really care, I was diagnosed just by a regular mammogram and was diagnosed stage 0. It wasn't, where a lot of people are, but that's the beauty of going in for your regular yearly mammogram. And because of COVID, how many of us did not go in? Yeah, Dee Dee, hello. And that's how they caught it. It was just abnormal. I always have to go for the second one because I call them a lot of fat there, but what they call them are dense breasts. And a lot of times I have to go in for that second mammogram. Well, this time they saw something suspicious, did a biopsy, found out I had cancer. And we went through the breast cancer surgery, and I just finished radiation. So, woo!
Congratulations, Marie.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You know what? I didn't have to go through chemo, thank God, because that's where people lose the hair. So I'm just saying to any of you out there that have survived this, God bless you, because it's not easy. I'm sorry, I'm coughing here.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Well, our audience, this area now. Dee Dee, because of us doing our Kaleidoscope of the Arts show and what the Parks and Rec does, and there's some collaboration that goes on, I thought, hey, kill two birds with one stone. I'm doing John's show. And hello, John. He might be tuning in. Sometimes he does that. And for all of the people that normally watch him, I hope you still tune in, while he's gone. I know John is really a rich, interesting fellow. And just to mention, he was our man on the street for Kaleidoscope, for the Giving Challenge. And he does such a wonderful job getting out and interviewing people outside of the event and to get people going. I love that guy. I really do. He's really added so much to my life. Well, enough about me. Let me talk a little bit about, at the end of the show, Darlene's going to join us, correct?
That is correct. Yes, she has a lot of good news about Art Center news and things we're doing in the community that maybe people would want to enjoy.
Okay, well, very, very good. Well, let's bring on, instead of Laura Ansel, who is Parks and Rec director, she gave us a victim. She said, yeah, because there's a couple of things that we wanted to talk to, and she had a conflict of a meeting, and she said, "Oh, John's not there. I don't want to show up." Hello, Marie. Yes. Hello. No. But we have Samantha with us today. Hi, Sam.
Hi, guys.
Sam, as we're talking here, and I know that isn't true, what I just said. Hey, do me a favor, and I'll take you off screen. See if you can take like a tissue or even your shirt and do your camera, because you're a little cloudy for us.
Okay.
I bet you touched it with your fingers. So I'm going to take you off screen so we don't see your top coming up.
I get reviews.
I've had that happen before, that I tell people, talking about that, I put a ring light up, and I have a few different ones. Is that better? Is that a better look?
Oh,
Yeah.
it looks good. If that looks good, your skin tone's nice and
Yeah.
even.
Okay. And as soon as I see Sam getting done with cleaning her screen, I'll bring her back up on the screen. Yeah,
Good.
we may as well have fun. Life's too short.
Absolutely.
Let's
Absolutely.
Yeah, life's too short. And Dee Dee, with
Yes.
with it being so short, one of the things we'll be talking about is something that you're going to be doing really fun with the Northport Art Center. And let's see if Sam. That's better.
Okay, good.
Okay, do you see the difference? Yeah, because people have a habit when they pull their screen down or they'll touch where the camera is, and then your fingerprint shows up. We could actually lift your fingerprint and then get into something that, like your phone, or
I'm not
do
that good, I promise.
So, Sam, what is your job at Parks and Rec?
So I'm a recreation program coordinator. My job is basically to coordinate all of our programs and events here. There's 3 of us total, so I do about a third of it. But what I'm known for is I do summer camp, the elementary school summer camp every summer with 130 kids. I also do the Poinsettia Parade. So if you guys come down to the parade every year, that is me. I coordinate that whole thing. So I know you see me, Maria, because I go up and down on my little golf cart. But yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. So I coordinate all of these different events and everything that we have.
Yeah, and we actually streamed it from the radio station. We streamed it and aired it this last year, and I already talked to Laura. We're actually doing the 4th of July. I know that we can do it much better, and I've been talking to Laura and John, and we're figuring it out.
Perfect.
It'll be much better for the viewer and the listener. Yeah.
I'll be there for that too. Don't worry.
Yeah. Well, let's hope I don't go any place, because then I don't know what'll happen there. Yeah. No, let's talk about exactly. I'm going to kind of take me down off the screen and let Dee Dee. Well, I'll put you guys talking, because I'll be quiet. I'll mute myself. That's really hard to do, I know. But I want you to talk about some things that you've done, Dee Dee, with the Northport Art Center has done with the city.
Okay. I wish that I had that magazine. They have this wonderful magazine, and in it lists all the activities that they do all year round. And they also have an invitation to organizations to pair up to create an activity. So,
is that the playbook?
Yes, the playbook. We put it out every year.
Bring that up on screen. Okay.
Yes, because the playbook, actually, I was quite impressed of the number of organizations that they partner with and the number of activities they bring to our city. It is beautiful. And you know what? It just goes to show how vibrant and fun Northport really is, and how, Samantha, you do a lot of good work for our city. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, I did mention earlier that at one time we did do an Arts on the Green with the Parks and Rec, and that was always really fun. We did it at a time, I remember there was a business expo,
yes,
and the art of doing business was the theme of the business expo, and so at the same time we had Artists on the Green, which was really fun, and it brought a lot of people awareness of the art programs that we offer here at the Northport Art Center. We happen to be a nonprofit here in the city that is dedicated to bringing art education and art around the city, and so that's what we did in the past. Now, this just last year, we got the opportunity to be Santa's workshop at the Poinsettia Parade, and then I got to tell you, as beautiful as the green with all the lights, it felt like I was at a true amusement park. That was incredible, the amount of work that goes into that event, Samantha. And I know I met with you. to bring the Art Center's tiny little part in there. So tell me more about all the things that you had planned to make that. I tell you what, it's a signature event for our city.
Yes, so we have the 2 signatures, which is our 4th of July Freedom Festival and then Poinsettia. And both of those events, we try to get all of our business partners and nonprofit partners to come out with us and partner. I mean, even 4th of July, we're asking for vendors to come out, and if nonprofits can come out and give all their information, and if they do want to give something. So I know in the past we've had vendors at 4th of July, which will do like skin tattoos, like those little cute little tattoos that stay on for all night, and they put like sparkles and stuff. So it's anything that we just give back to our community. Any vendors out there, any kind of nonprofits, anybody that just wants to come and give back, that's what we're all about. So yes, you guys helped us out at Poinsettia. It was fantastic. Both of my children went in there, and if you ask them, that was their favorite part, is going into the art room. So they had a fantastic time. They loved Michelle. Michelle was in there, and they talked about her all night long. So you guys definitely made an impact at our Poinsettia. And we would love for any kind of partnership. I do know that this summer coming up, we are partnering with you again for our summer camp, and we're super excited about that, to bring the art center to us, to help our kids out to learn art, because I have some kids, that's all they want to do is sit in art and not go to gymnasium or the playground. But then I have other kids that like don't really know anything about art. They're like, I can only draw a stick figure. So when we have these presenters come in and they teach them more about art than just painting, they get into it, which I absolutely love. And they, take it home to mom and dad for keepsakes.
Well, I do know the project that Michelle has in store for the children is going to be really fun. I don't want to give it away now, but I know that every child will love it.
Yes, I'm actually really excited about it. This is the first time we've ever tried something like this. That's why I went to Michelle. I was like, I need help. I don't think I can do this on my own. But no, I'm really, really, really excited. And I love partnering with you guys. I actually just did a little tour, and it was right before the high school one came in. So it was all the so it was really cool. I've never actually taken a tour of the art center, and it's fantastic. You guys have a great building there.
And we have a lot going on. Yes, I saw your playbook was up, Marie.
It was. Yeah, I was going to bring it up, but I don't want to bring it up until you guys want to talk about it. Okay.
I will say, our playbook is done. The playbook that's out right now is done through May. Our brand new playbook for summer and fall will be coming out very, very shortly. So that's the one right now.
Yeah, and Dee Dee, what page were you talking about? Just for our audience, our listening audience, you can go to Northport, cityofnorthport.com and go into Parks and Rec and look at publications. And there you'll find their playbook, and it'll tell you everything you want to know about Parks and Rec and where to find all this different information. And one of the things that I can tell you is when I'm looking at parks, and I live in Charlotte County, I don't live in Northport, but you guys have it. You have it, the Parks and Rec, the recreational parks that you have in Northport, and you're just in the city. I mean, we're just talking the city of Northport. What you have going on there is amazing. It really is. You can tell the city of Northport is really focused on their youth and about their citizens having green space and walking around and being able to be outdoors. So can you look at the exercise classes that they offer? And
Yes.
How about what's the Achieve Anything membership? Is that for the gym there?
So it is. It's for the building itself. That's for our fitness centers. That's for our drop-in programs, which can be drop-in basketball, pickleball, table tennis. It also, for our youth, it does include their membership to be able to go to our teen lounge and into our game room for them for after school. So what you just brought up, the membership, that is for resident and non-resident. We have monthly, we have 3 months, we have annual. We do have a US Vets price, and we also have seniors 65 and up, and then we also have our annual drug-free youth, or DeFi. We partner with DeFi, which is also a nonprofit here in Sarasota County. They have a full DeFi, which is drug-free youth. They go through them, and if they get a membership through DeFi, then we partner with them and give them a free membership into our centers. So that's also great.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I'm looking at the senior because I'm I'm a resident of Florida. Do I have to be a resident of Northport?
Yes, it is. Resident is City of Northport. If you're Sarasota County, Charlotte County, it would be a non-resident.
Although I fall into the annual senior, so it doesn't matter because it's $94 a year.
for the
for
whole
me.
year.
Yeah, for a whole year for me being a novelist.
Yeah. And that does include our Morgan Family Community Center and our George Mullen Activity Center.
Wow, that's awesome. Just for our audience, if you're tuning in right now, you're listening to WKDW 97.5 FM, Real Community out of Northport, Florida. I am filling in for John Rawlings on his Real Talk with John Rawlings show. He's playing down in the Keys. And then I'm joined by my co-host for my Kaleidoscope of the Arts show, Dee Dee Gozion. And we have Samantha from Parks and Rec from the city of Northport with us. And we're here to learn about everything Parks and Rec going on and collaboration being done with the Northport Art Center for different things too, and how to look at their playbook. And if you've never looked at this, if you're looking, well, how do I find out all this information? It's all in this book. And like Samantha, well, like Sam had said, you can actually look there, and then a new one will be coming out in June. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And are your classes all filled? Summer camps all filled already?
Summer camp is full. Yes, actually, this was the fastest year ever of filling up. It was incredible, the outcome that we had. So we are ready for camp. We are set to go. We do still need a couple camp counselors. So if anybody out there is looking to be a camp counselor for about 11 weeks and have fun with our kids and partner with the Art Center and go on field trips and just have a great, memorable summer with our kids, you can go to cityofnorthport.com for employment, because we still need a couple more.
Well, and I'm looking at parks rental facility fees, and a lot of people don't know that you can rent these different places in there. And I'm looking, there's a nonprofit organization rate, which is really reasonable. And even for doing meetings and different things at the Morgan Center, at a park and pavilion rental, and that one's done per hour, huh?
Yes. So for our facilities themselves, which is the Morgan Center, the George Mullen Activity Center, we do have the nonprofit price, which is basically 50% off. So if it's $100 an hour, you're paying $50 an hour. That's our way to give back to our nonprofits and help them out when they need it. And then we do have our pavilions as well. If you're having a birthday party or a get together, baby shower, we have pavilions at a lot of our parks that you can rent out.
Well, and that's actually amazing, because truthfully, how many times do you want to do an event and you can't figure out where to do it? At least you can go to the city, and it's first come, first serve, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So, and do you find that a lot of people will go and take up a pavilion, and then there is an interference with somebody saying, "Hey, I rented this," and
it does happen from time to time, but what we say, all of our pavilions are first come, first serve. And if you want to guarantee that you're going to have your party and that somebody else did not rent it out from under you, we definitely ask you to come in and just rent that. They are pretty reasonable for our hours, the prices, and that just makes sure that you have it, because it's horrible to put out your invitation saying, "Hey, meet me here," and then somebody rented it out from under you and you don't have it. And it's happened before. So we definitely want you guys to come in and just rent, just so that you're safe,
And encourage people to do that. No, I know that you have a lot of dog parks too, which is there are so many dog lovers out there that they can take their woof woofs out there and get that done. And I'm just flipping through here because we have a lot more information to go through. So just for all of you to know that you can go to the cityofnorthport.com, find Parks and Rec, it's under government, and then when you find that, just find publications, and this book will be in there. And how many of us people do not want to have, I prefer going online a lot of times instead of having a bunch of paperwork around me, although I like paperwork. I like a book when I go someplace. I'm not a Kindle fan. I'm not one to read on that, but you probably are because you're younger. But I like to touch and feel and do that stuff. We're going to also bring up, before we get going, because we have other guests popping in with us too, I will bring up what you have going on for events. And we're going to start with the concert in the parks. Go ahead.
So Concerts in the Park is actually this Friday. It's happening at our City Center Green, which is right outside our City Hall. It's going to be Friday. It starts at 7 p.m. Our seating starts at 6. We will have some food trucks there available. I know we have like ice cream and stuff like that. Come on out. We're really, really excited. We also have that night. So parents, if they want to just enjoy the concert by themselves and get a little time to themselves, we are also having Kids Night Out inside. So you can sign your kids up for Kids Night Out. It is from kindergarten up to 8th grade. It's $15 a camper or a child, excuse me. I'm in that camp mindset already. But you can drop off the kids for $15 an hour. We feed them, we entertain them, and then you can go out to the concerts in the park and have a little one-on-one time with hubby. So that's kind of cool. So that's coming up this Friday. We're really excited.
Excellent idea.
You're muted, Marie.
So you said $15 for the whole night, not just for $15 for the hour per hour.
No, so Kids Night Out, the entire night for them is $15. Now, Concerts in the Park is completely free. So the whole family can come out, enjoy Concerts in the Park. But if you do want a little alone time, you can drop the kids off for $15 each inside, and we will take care of them for you.
Do you have to come and pick them back up?
We do ask that. That is part of the agreement. But yes, it would be after the concert. You just come back and get them for me. I already have 2 of my own. I don't want more.
Yeah, and that would be a terrible thing to say. Northport, city of Northport gets a child left behind. Newcomer Day, that's coming up, and this is exciting. And Newcomer's Day is on the same night. Well, same day as your Northport Got Talent show. So let's talk about Newcomer first.
All right. So I have your whole day planned. Are you ready, Marie?
No.
Okay. So we're going to start at the George Mullen Activity Center at Newcomer Day. It's from 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. This is where our local businesses and our local nonprofits come together. So we work with the Chamber of Commerce. We partner with them. So they bring in the business side, and then we bring in the nonprofit side. And there's all kinds of information. And this is free to attend. It's not just for people that are brand new to the community. This is also for people who want to find out what's going on in the community. I have a lot of people. I can't tell you how many times somebody will walk in and be like, I've lived here 10 years and I didn't even know you were here. Happens all the time. So this is definitely one of those events. Not only do you find out about Parks and Recreation, but all of our local businesses and nonprofits that's there.
Now, Dee Dee, are you guys signed up for that?
Newcomer's Day, I am not. But you know what? I don't know if it's too late or not.
I don't know. That one is actually, so you remember how there's 3 of us? That one's not me. That's Mr. Dylan. But it is a good event, and they get a pretty good turnout as well. So that's a good event, Dee Dee, for the future.
No, we usually are at Newcomer's Day. Quite honestly, when I saw it at the beginning of the show, I looked at my calendar and I said, wait a minute, that's also the day we're supposed to be at Northport's Got Talent.
Right. So
busy beavers that day.
Yes. Newcomer Day is Mr. Dylan's. Northport's Got Talent is me. So that is definitely what I have been spearheading with Ms. Shelby, which is one of our supervisors. And we were all hands on deck on this. We were actually there today walking through the PAC Center at Northport High School to make sure that lighting's going to work and everything else. So we are absolutely excited. This is our first ever Northport's Got Talent. It's that evening after Newcomer Day. So once you're done at 12, you're going to go get some lunch. You're going to chill out at home. And then you're going to come back out to Northport High School. It is right here on Price. Show tickets are only $5 each. That's it. So, party of 4, come on up, $20 for the night, and you're going to see some very talented acts. We have singing, we have dancing, we have cheerleading squads, like competition cheer squads. We have all kinds. I know, Marie. We even have a magician act. We have all kinds of, right, exactly. We are so excited. And it is a competition. We will be awarding the winners at the end of the night. We have youth soloists, we have youth group, we have adult soloists and adult group. So you're having kids from we have what's called baby ballerinas coming in. They're literally 2 to 4 years old. These little ballerinas are coming up. Okay, I'm so excited. And then we go all the way up. I have a adult group that their average age is 70 plus. So, I mean, we have it all, and I'm really, really excited. It's going to be on the big stage. So that is going to be May 14th. The show starts at 6. Seating starts at 5:30, and like I said, it's only $5 a ticket.
I have a question. Who's your MC? Who's MCing it?
So we have Miss Laura Ansel that is missing today in action. Yes. She is going to be one of our MCs, and then we have Mr. Devon Poulis, which we here around the city of Northport like to call him DJ Devon. He is fantastic. He has a great personality. We're super excited. And I'll tell you a little secret just between us. I hear that they're doing an opening act that's really supposed to be like blowing you away, first ever on stage. So we're very, very excited. We're putting this whole thing together. We're going to be better than America's Got Talent. Northport's Got Talent's going to be better.
Oh, awesome. And how many acts are you expecting?
So we have 30 acts.
Oh my God.
That's a lot. And how much time do they get on stage?
So most everybody is between about 2.5 minutes up to 5 minutes is the average. We actually had to shut down at 30 acts. We had so many people put in to be a part of this. We were scared we weren't even going to be able to hold it. We were really scared. And then all of a sudden, all these acts came in. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
Well, in the future, just for advice, if you were getting that many, then you could have put them on a waiting list or do 2 shows.
Yes.
And you learn, going through the process. However, if you're in the initial part of this, you won't have to compete except with those people.
Right. Exactly.
Next time, you might have to go through the audition process before you're not even on stage.
Right. I know. That's so, if we keep getting bigger, that's what I said. We're going to have to actually have auditions before we have it. But this is, and we have partnered with Northport High School and the school system. They've partnered with us. So this year, we want to see how big we can make it. And if next year it's bigger, that's where we're going.
Yeah. Sam, one of the things, too, I want to tell our audience, too, if you're just tuning in, you're tuning into WKDW 97.5 FM, Real Community Radio out of Northport. But if you look at the Northport High School, if nobody's ever been there before, at the Performing Arts Center, they have, and I've been around the whole area. I go to a lot of performances at different theaters. I would say Northport High School, the Performing Arts Center there, has probably the best acoustics and stage around the area that I've been to. And I can say that truthfully because I have been, at a lot of performance art centers. And I've been backstage there. I've done performances with, I personally haven't done the performance. I just have worked backstage, and I was a judge for the high school's lip sync battle.
Okay.
Kids, don't kill me now. But it's interesting because when you're dealing with, it's kind of funny when you're dealing with judging, and it's not the easiest thing to do. Do you have scorecards for your judges?
So we are in the next century. They are now on these iPads, and it is so quick. As they're on stage, you have an iPad, and you are voting on how you feel about there's different categories, and you are voting 1 through 5. 1 being the least, 5 being the greatest. And this computer system does it all for us. So I know Miss Dee Dee here, she is going to be one of our lucky judges. I get to work with her. And, I get to teach her all about the technology on this iPad, but it's actually very, very easy. It's very simple. I promise, Dee Dee. Don't get scared. But they just put it in and it does everything for us. So at the very end, after they score that last group, right there on our screen, we know who's first, second, third. Everything is done for us. And, so I'm making it as easy as possible, Dee Dee.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I really can't. I am so thrilled that you got such a good response to this because it sounds like a really fun night. It really does. How great. And only $5? $5.
I know. And I'm going to miss it. I'm so sorry.
Marie.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm going to the progressive dinner with the Charlotte Behavior Health Center for Mental Health. It's something that they do once a year, and they only take so many people. It's pretty expensive to go to this, but you go to different people's homes that have volunteered their home, and it's raising money for mental health, and they have different courses of the meal at each home.
Oh,
And
wow.
I haven't been with my Charlotte County people for, probably 2.5, 3 years that I've done anything with them. And I go, this will be the first thing after that I'm going to be out in public besides the Kaleidoscope of the Arts thing that we did back in January with people out in public like that for a long time. And I go, you know what? I got to start living. I got to start doing some of the things that, that I've missed. Seeing different people. And that's one of the things, Northport Got Talent, you don't need to do anything in life. I mean, people, you have choices. You can do whatever you want to do. However, if you live in a community and you want to get involved in your community, one of the places to get involved is your schools. And one of the places within the school system is they need help for even reading. And I know that through the Patterson Foundation, they do have a reading program right now going on this week. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But take the time and be that mentor, because there's different programs in different counties and cities, and that take stock in children. One of the best ways that you can do it is sit with a child and mentor that child. And that might be something that I'll be doing. I'm talking here to the people out there, and I've done that before, but I'm thinking that I really need to do that again, that I take a child and follow them all the way through, that you mentor them, and then you're there with them at graduation, that you steer them in the right direction. Because a lot of there are some children out there that don't have the parent presence. Not that they don't have good parents, it's just that their parents may be working. They're coming from a background that their parent may not have the skill set, to learn how to do that. And one of the, when I was bringing up the the last flyer, in fact, I'll bring that back. I will show you the person in that flyer is Patty, right here. If you guys can see that, that's Patty, and he's with Literacy Volunteers of South Sarasota County. They're looking for volunteers, and they train you. And that's for adult training for the people that speak English as a second language, or they're not real good, very well skilled at it. And you learn the skill set to actually teach them how to advance. And most of these, if they're not citizens, learn how to do all these skills and become citizens, and you're helping. So there's a lot of nonprofits out there, and all of us know, if you can't read or if you can't understand the language, if you travel to another country and you don't understand, you learn sign language, or try to get the, like, where's the bathroom? It might be critical.
Yeah. I will tell you, Miss Marie, we the summer camp that I work at, we work with Patterson every single year. We do our Suncoast Reading Challenge every single year. And actually, this past summer, I'm going to just gloat a little bit. We had 100% no reading loss this past summer, which was our first time ever hitting it. It was fantastic, like super exciting about it. But I will also tell you, I have it right here. It's called Suncoast Remake Days.
Yes.
That is this week all the way until May 8th. So you can go on to, Google Suncoast Remake Days, and it has everywhere where they're at, and what you can, what the different things that you can go to. And they're always looking for people as well, for volunteers. And I'm going to plug one more. I am a big sister with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and they are looking for big brothers. Let me tell you how hard it is to find big brothers out there. So if you want to become a big brother, Suncoast, Big Brothers Big Sisters.
And many people don't know how to go about doing that. They hear about it and they go, well, I would like to do that. But that's one of the areas, if you ever are reaching out, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Sam, Dee
Yeah.
Dee. We'll put you with the right people. You know, if you're looking out there for a volunteer, to volunteer, Meals on Wheels, Northport
Yeah.
Meals on, any of the Meals on Wheels are always looking for drivers or people to help in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
As we retire and as we get older, yeah, we're limited sometimes of what we can do in that because your body gives out. However, we have skills. We do
Mm-hmm.
have skill sets still. And there are different things like I can drive a car. Yeah, you know, to deliver a meal. And usually there's two
Mm-hmm.
people that'll go out and help deliver the meals and yeah, you know, go
That's a
out there.
great program. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
great-
So let's go on to one of your other programs here. After this, let's see what we have going on. We have and woof 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 woof.
That is Otter. That's our Otter. So this is our Float for Life programming. Now I am not the aquatic side, I am the recreation side. But our aquatic center, which is right across the street from the Morgan, or right there in the same thing, they are doing what's called Float for Life. And it is 3 20-minute sessions for toddlers and infants. So 6 months years old, all the way up, 6 months, all the way up to 4-year-old. And it's water safety, basically. You know, we all live here in Florida. There's some kind of body of water. And even in the summertime, a retention pond comes up, you know? So there is water all around us. And Float for Life is definitely here to teach your child the water safety skills that if for any reason they ever get in trouble, you know, they have those skills to help themselves. It is $30 for residents. It's $35 for non-residents. But this is a fantastic program. Now, like I told you, I am not Aquatic Center, but if you call the Northport line for Parks and Recreation, we can get you over there. And our actual Mr. Devon, Miss Trish is over there, and then we have our rec attendants. They would love to be able to explain anything to you, but this is a very important life-saving,
Absolutely.
program. So it's great, and that is Josh the Otter. He comes and visit us sometimes, Miss Marie. He'll come up and like see our swimmers. Yeah, he's a very important otter.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. I did not know that. And otters you will see them out in the wild here.
Yes,
This
here in Northport.
Yeah,
they're found.
absolutely. Swimming along. No, I want to, when you're talking about that with the swim program, and I know you're not the aquatic girl, but I think in Northport, don't they have a program for first graders in the school system that they learn how to swim?
It is second graders, yes.
Second
So
graders.
all second graders in our 5 elementary schools, they took 2 weeks each to go over and they learned how to swim. And Mr. Devon, I went over there one day just to see what was kind of going on and get, and he had swimmers that wouldn't even get in the water. Like they were just petrified. Till when at the end of his course, they were jumping in and swimming to the side. And, so that was a great program. And it's crazy to me. So I've grown up in water, and I was swimming. I think I was swimming before I was running. And so it is very, to hear these kids say, I've never been in a swimming pool is just beyond me, especially here in Florida. But there are many children. I talk to adults that they're like, I don't know how to swim. And they don't, and it's just not something that they learned or something they had access to, or, they came from another state where they're like, it was too cold to swim. We never swam, So I really do commend our aquatic center. They are doing fantastic with not only our infants and toddlers, but our school age kids all the way up to, you can take swimming lessons as an adult and they will get in that pool with you and teach you how to swim. Not only do we have a beautiful facility, but they do such great work with teaching you how to swim or make you a better swimmer. Let's say you only know how to dog paddle. They will teach you what you need to know. So it's great. And they're, of course, on cityofnorthport.com, in Parks and Rec for Aquatics. You can learn all of their stuff. And it is also in the playbook, how much it is to get in, what kind of classes they have, because they have exercise classes as well. All of that's in the playbook, that you can get that information as well.
That's excellent. And truthfully, when you say in Florida, we have canals. We have.
Mhm.
How many times do you hear somebody fell into something and drowned?
Yes.
And just for reminding our audience, in my car, in my vehicles, I have the little hammer and the seatbelt cutter in there.
Mhm.
Carry that with you. You never know if you got hit by somebody or going over the bridge or something, that you go off and you're locked into your car because you can't get out. Um, have that hammer, and hopefully you don't get knocked out before you get down there, but
Yeah.
a hammer that you can knock out the window and
Mhm.
actually get yourself out of the seatbelt if need be.
Yeah. It's very scary, and
Yeah.
they're definitely trying to make sure that they're getting the information out there, which is important.
Right, absolutely. And with that, we have the Gulf of Mexico right here. And if they haven't been, if you, the fear of water keeps a lot of, people panic.
Mhm.
If they fall in, they panic and they freeze up.
Mhm.
Is that you, Dee Dee?
I just wanted to say that when my son was only 6 months old, I put him in a private one where your price is amazing because I paid hundreds. But the very first time that as an infant they put him in the water, he screamed his head off. As a mother, I just wanted to take him home. And she said, no, get through this part. And before you know it, 3 lessons in, he could float all by himself. If you throw him in the water, he pops up and he floats and he's not scared. And that's really the value of that, is like if you never have to worry your toddler falls in the pool and panics, because the first time around that's what's going to happen. They're not going to know what to do. Just a couple lessons and they fall in the pool and they know to go on their back and float till somebody gets them. And it's so easy for them to float too, that they're like little corks.
Yes, they are. At that age, they just go,
and then they're safe until you find them.
Okay.
yes.
Dee Dee, is Darlene there?
Yes, she is.
Oh,
Whenever
okay.
you're ready.
Okay, I'm picking those off. I'm checking on the background. Yeah, Darlene, come on and join us right now. And Darlene, now, do we have any pictures? Can I bring them up from the screen?
I sent you email with them. I don't know if
I can bring that up. I didn't see it, so I will do that while you guys are talking. I will get that information. And Sam, this is Darlene. She's the president of the Northport Art Center, and she put together a project about Ukraine and an art project. So go ahead, Darlene. I'm going off screen. You guys can talk while I'm getting the information.
Well, of February 24th, this all broke out. And I think myself, as well as a lot of people, felt the need to do something. We're all sitting here watching this, and we're so wanting to help in any way we can. So I started thinking about our wonderful artists here at the Northport Art Center and the good-heartedness of them and their want to be able to give something. And so they all agreed that they would love to paint or create and donate those items for us to raise money for our local Ukrainian community. And so that's what we've done. We had a reception Friday, August 29th. And
It wasn't
April 29th.
It was
one
Friday.
of those A months. and it went over very well. People were able to, they felt like they were being able to give something, and they got a wonderful item in return. A lot of these pictures that were done and the sculptures that were done are of places that don't even exist anymore. They're beautiful statues and monuments and things like that. That's a picture of what it looked like Friday night. I'm happy to say that, and then it goes around the back of that also. You can't see all of it from there. But I just got done condensing it because we did sell a lot of the things that were there. And a lot of them have a gone sticker on. they want to leave them for an exhibit, but they don't want to take them yet. But they're already donated for. And so this will be an ongoing thing until May 13th. We'll be taking it down. And I don't know what to expect yet. Depending on how much of it is left, we may be able to go into the Ukrainian Catholic Church that's down on Biscayne, I think it is.
Biscayne and Price,
yeah. And they may want to house it for a little bit. Or if there's not that enough to do that with, we'll take it into our gift shop and continue to get donations from it.
City Hall, the second floor.
Yeah, City Hall, second floor. There's options. It's just the problem is I don't know what to expect to have left after we're exhibiting it here. That little Ukrainian doll is a good example that went right away. The beautiful artist Ellen Marr, she donated that. She has a friend in Ukraine and who does this type of work, and she asked her for permission to recreate some of her work, and she gave it to her, and that's what that is from. But a lot of our artists, like I said, were very enthused about being able to participate this way. And it may be an ongoing thing. If we see other artists that want to be able to donate, that could be a possibility of them continuing to add to this exhibit while it's here. So that's where we are now. I've been in touch with the Ukrainian American Club of Southwest Florida. They are concerned that we keep it in the right place, the donations. They warn me, just be careful who you're speaking with about these things. The donations don't necessarily always go where you think they're going to. So we are going to be in close contact with getting this money into the right place to serve our area with it.
Right. With having a large Ukrainian community here, I actually helped. I donated. I shouldn't say help, but the fresh Jersey tomatoes got with Natalia, and she has family still in Odessa, and her in-laws are right inside of Ukraine on the Polish border there, and they're housing people when they're coming through.
Right.
And they have different people there every night, that they're feeding them and doing that. And they put together semis loads of goods sending over there, because you can send money, but sometimes, they have to get the products there. And so they were able to work it out that they were able to get the things shipped over there in containers. And with the semis and that. And her husband was going to fly over there once it got there, and I think they might have already done that. Fly over there and actually accompany the stuff for it to get to the right location. So,
and that's what I'm most concerned about. I just want to make sure this is going to the best place for the support that we want it to go to. Not just being shipped off somewhere that we don't know what good it's doing.
Right, exactly. And that's one thing about it being the Ukrainian community up in Northport. There's over 5,000 people that are Ukrainian descent, and Russian too.
Right.
Because the Russian, and for a lot of people that don't know the history in that, when you're dealing with any of the countries over in that area, in the Slavic area and into the former USSR and that, those cities, those states, we would consider it states and that are countries, go back and forth. In fact, if any of your nationalities are from over there, I'm partly Yugoslavian, but it was Italy at one time, and then I'm Croatian. So, it depends on when you look at history where that family was at that time, right?
Right.
Sam, where's your family originally from?
You can tell, but Ireland.
I was gonna guess.
Ireland. Most everyone's from Ireland. I have a couple from England, but most of them all are Ireland.
Well, when we had our DNA checked, I'm 9% Irish. We didn't even know. We didn't-
Welcome.
we were able to go back and find out we had a full-blooded Irish great-great-grandmother that was in an area in the Philadelphia or the Pittsburgh area, because we're part of that steel era and that.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
was
just
gonna say
watching.
too, like I have neighbors, which actually really started this ball rolling. They started giving me pictures of the male neighbor is from Odessa, and he has all these pictures that he collected before he left there. But it was the Soviet Union at the time. It wasn't Ukraine when he was there, and so that's what we had to be very careful about. You know, everyone from the Soviet Union isn't involved in this war, really. You know, we have to watch who we're looking down on, if I could say it that way. Well, you have to be careful, because a lot of these people are fleeing just like the Ukrainians are, you know. So.
Well, freedom isn't free, and that's one of the things. The Military Heritage Museum, that is how you actually get to their website too. Freedom isn't free.
Mm-hmm.
Just like back in the Revolutionary War, that our forefathers fought for us to become free. If you go back in history, and when you hear people say we were an experiment, yeah, we're still, democracy. There's too many people in this world, and I know I'm getting off track, but it's actually on track of John's show, because he goes there with us. That people, if you look for money and power, just follow the money and follow the power, that they want power and to be in control of things. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I let the neighbor do whatever he wants, as long as it doesn't infringe on my rights or my stuff. Sam, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Well, you get a lot of Ukrainians that, and War Mineral Springs is part of Parks and Rec, and War Mineral Springs, a lot of people from that Eastern Europe would move to Northport because of War Mineral Springs.
Yes.
And we're more well known over there than we are in our own United States, because of the springs and because of the healthful benefits and stuff. Do you want to talk about that, Sam?
So I am not an expert about War Mineral Springs, but I will tell you that, yes, we have, not only do people come here to buy and stay here, and they're what we call snowbirds, where they come for a couple months here and then go back home, but we also have a lot of tourism here just for our springs. And I have met people, spoken to them, had conversations that they will, they had a sore leg and they went into our springs and they were healed afterwards. And there is an abundance of minerals in the water, vitamins in the water. Again, not recreation, but I do. It is fantastic there. I love going there. I used to go there all the time. They used to have a little restaurant. I would go on my lunch break and eat there and just sit with the springs. Like I did used to go a lot, and it's absolutely beautiful there. And if you haven't gone, you really should, at least once in your lifetime, go to the springs and see how it is, because it's a great place. But we do have great tourism. We're hoping to bring that more, higher, get more people to know about us, because you're right. We do have a lot of Eastern population that comes over, and they love it. They love it.
The Eastern Europeans. And I actually had the water from there tested, because we had a water well drilling company. Oh. And for us to drill water in that area, there's so much saltwater intrusion in that. It's really difficult to get fresh water. From those homes down Ortiz and that area right in there. It's really, really difficult. I had a hotel that wanted to put in a hotel right across the street from there. And because the engineer knew me, he called me up and I said, "What are you, insane, putting a hotel on a well? Are you crazy?"
Right.
So, and I know that they're looking at that, but I said the water quality is so not drinkable. It have to be treated, and a lot of those people do have whole host RO systems there.
Yes.
And there's over 50 some minerals in that War Mineral Springs water, and I've been there, and I should probably go there more often because I don't know, it does feel like you feel really good, like you've been in a salt bath or in a bath, but not like in the ocean. You feel much better.
And you'll see people, they'll like take the mud from the bottom and they'll rub it all over their arms and their face and in their hair. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, ladies, I know that it's coming to the end. John's show goes a little bit longer than ours does. So we are live on the radio. We're coming from WKDW 97.5 FM Rural Community Radio out of Northport from the Bishop West Tower. Thank you so much, Sam from Parks and Rec from the city of Northport. Dee Dee Gozion, my co-host for Kaleidoscope of the Arts, and Darlene Cramer, who's the president of the Northport Arts Center, and to John Rawlings, who's having fun without us down in Key West, listening to some great music, and he's lining up actually some of the songwriters for interviews to do also. So, with all that being said, have a great day. Love you guys all, and be kind, because those are choices you can make and at least make a difference in somebody's life just by being kind. See you guys all again next week on Real Talk with John Rawlings. Actually, his show's on Friday, and this show will be airing again on our show Kaleidoscope of the Arts on Wednesday at noon. Thank you all, and have a